Good evening YouTube, Fuzz here, welcome to our next live stream, here with Final Fantasy 15, the Windows Edition. And we've just started Chapter 2, since we completed the first chapter earlier on our stream. And hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I am actually having to skip out on recording to Twitch, unfortunately, tonight. Not something I wanted to do, but I was having a few issues with Restream.io. Hello Elias, I'm doing great, thanks, how are you? So yeah, I'm only going to be streaming to YouTube this evening, and hopefully we'll have that fixed for next time. Something I'm trying as well, I won't actually have the chat up on the screen tonight, mainly to save space, but also because it's really hard to police. Because that chat app doesn't filter comments, when you get trolls and stuff coming in cursing their heads off, there's not a whole lot I can do about it, and it's kind of burned into the recording then. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do about that. But the good news is that there's a new feature of YouTube now, and if you're watching this this live stream as part of the archive afterwards when it's not live, you can now use the see the chat app. So you can see the chat with the video. So it's a new little YouTube feature, and it's pretty awesome. So you shouldn't actually miss out on what was said on the chat on the stream, since you can go back and see it on the archive as well. Oh, great to hear, Elias. Right, so we're going to just start off today by carrying on with the story, I think. But before we do that, we need to go inside here and gather information at the Prairie Outpost. In fact, that is part of the story.
Oh, well, if it ain't the boys with the fancy automobile.
That's us.
Y'all want to fetch some edibles for me?
Why are you asking us?
Well, it's just an old Sid.
Sid?
Yep. Said I should give y'all some work, no matter what kind. Seeing as you boys can't go home for the time being.
Got us there.
So y'all gotta learn about the wider world. Now, if y'all can't find the stuff I need, it ain't no big deal, but it'd surely help me out if you could.
Okay, that's actually a different quest, but hey, we'll pick it up now.
Are you asking us?
Well, it's just an old Sid.
Sid?
Just bear with you 1 second, guys. I'll be right back with you. Just testing something out here. Okay, right then. So we need to head up to the Prairie Outpost itself. I think we can talk to this guy, though, for some extra info.
Phil? What can I do you for?
Okay, but not for the quest.
Right.
Right, so we need to speak to Monica.
Another test from the old man.
He sure is hard on us.
I think he's worried about us. He wants to prove that we can make it out here. They will have sealed off the city by now.
What do you think it's like inside?
I don't know.
I didn't actually mind the Final Fantasy 13 soundtrack.
We'll see for ourselves in
I
time.
think it was probably one of the better aspects of the game.
Merely a question of when.
Can't believe the crystal's gone.
There were some issues with Final Fantasy 13, there's no question about that. But the music wasn't too bad, I've got to be honest. And something has gone absolutely haywire with the controls look on the screen. I'm using my DualShock 4 controller as I always am, but for some strange reason, which I cannot fathom, it's not coming up with the DualShock controls there. You finished with the Ni no Kuni playlist. Oh, fantastic, Elias. Oh, thank you very much for that feedback, appreciate it. It was a few years ago that I made that walkthrough, so it's great to hear that people are still making use of it even today. I'm looking forward to the sequel actually, are you? It's coming out this month. So it sounds like you're just getting done with the first game right in time, to be honest. And I really would like to know what's going on with my control scheme here. It's never done this before. It's like got a generic icon set up or something. I don't get that.
And this must be the outpost Sid mentioned.
It looks like a hub for hunters.
Maybe they know something.
Your Highness, I'm glad you're safe.
Monica, where are all the others?
Most of the Crown's Guard didn't make it. It was all we could do to escort Lady Iris out of the city. Dustin is with her as we speak, seeing her the rest of the way to Lestalem.
I owe you guys big time.
Head for the Royal Tomb. The Marshal awaits.
Okay, so the good news is by advancing the quest there, we actually go ahead and collect our third magic flask. Yeah, I'm hoping to live stream excuse me, got a tickle on my throat there. Hoping to live stream Ni no Kuni 2 when it comes out. So I want to play the whole game for sure and get it all on YouTube. But it'd be great to do it on live stream so I can see what other people think as we go through the game as well.
How are you today?
I think we need to stock up on a few potions. We've been doing some quite tricky hunts lately. Let's go for 20 for now.
Thank you!
And a couple of elixirs just to keep us going. These can be a little bit pricey though, so I don't want to go too overboard with them. And what is going on with the controls? That is super annoying. Lucian Tomato. Is that what's his face wants?
Just what Taco?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, took care of that pretty quick.
Bye now!
So we can hand that back into him when we make our way there. Right, so by speaking to Monica, we've unlocked a new side quest from Cindy, the upgrade side quest. The only thing is, I didn't get the Drain Lance, which is really, really annoying, actually. Let's just check for loot around this place before we go running off, though. It seems fairly quiet in chat tonight. It might be one of those evenings where YouTube doesn't notify anybody. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's really annoying. A lot of people get stressed at me because they didn't know we went live. But I say to them, there's nothing I can do because it's YouTube that notifies, not me. But for those that are trickling in, hello and welcome. Good to have you here as we carry on with Final Fantasy 15. Started in Chapter 2 on the Windows edition here. So we're going to head back to Hammerhead now. We should be able to fast travel, actually. Oh no, I just want to check for other loots before we do go. A new recipe.
Across the land, blossoms from Tenebrae can be seen displayed in memoriam. With no remains to mourn, throngs have gathered in Altisha to pay their respects. Many offering prayers at a vigil held before the wedding dress Lady Luna Freya was to wear. While some hold out hope the Oracle still lives, a grim silence continues to linger.
I thought there's a few of the bits we could have grabbed in terms of just loot and that around this place. I'm not going to speak to Dave yet. We'll come back to him later. I want to get the bits that have unlocked in Hammerhead done before we move on here. So we'll head back there next, and we can hand this thing in for Taka, as well as speaking to Cindy to see if we can upgrade our engine blade, which does use the rusted bit. Hello, Amos. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Did YouTube notify you at all, Amos, that we've gone live here? It's just it seems unusually eerie and quiet around tonight. And sometimes YouTube likes to keep things that way. I'm not sure why. It doesn't actually announce when the stream's gone live. And then sometimes it does. And everybody comes on.
Than we need. Sheesh. You my mother or something? Mum's the word.
Right, we'll go and give Taka his tomato. Or whatever it was, his Lucian tomato that he sent us off for.
What can I do you for?
Oh,
Y'all take care now.
we need to do the quest just next to him.
Oh, you all went and got what I asked for.
Too easily. I thought Sid told you to give us work.
Yeah, well, I guess I went a little soft on you. I'll be sure to give you more of a challenge next time. How's about that? Anywho, I appreciate your help. Here's a little care package. Should make for good eating.
Right, we can actually loot that tomato, but I'll just purchase it so we didn't have to go hunting for it. Okay, and there's a couple of other things we can do around here.
He said it makes good eating.
All right. I'll cook it up at our next camp.
Need to pick up the next quest from what's his face. Yeah, it's what I suspected, Amos, but thanks for confirming that. It's quite strange how YouTube works, to be honest. I don't think anybody understands it.
Got time to lend a fella a helping hand?
As long as it's not a simple shopping trip this time.
Nope, this one's gonna take some effort. I'm sending y'all straight to the source this time. In other words, it's hunting time. The stuff I want y'all to collect, I'm fixing to use in a new dish. Hope you can help me out.
So this time we need a dagger quill breast. I don't think we have one of those. You do? As in, do I, or do you get them in the game?
A new dish.
That's what he said.
You get many different kinds of weapons in this game. You can get guns. And I think bows, or is it bow guns or something? You do get projectile weapons.
And find out.
I'm going to speak to Sid first here.
Good. How y'all doing?
Ah, that's quite annoying.
What can I do you for?
I was expecting him to give us a quest to upgrade the engine blade because we got the rusted bit. I'm not sure why he hasn't done that. That I thought became available at this point. Anyway, we'll do this quest, which is a Regalia quest.
Hey there, Prince. Howdy, y'all.
Hiya, Daniel. And hello, Nicole.
Howdy there, Prince. Are y'all on break?
More or less.
Ah, okay, Nicole. That's good to know then.
Don't you worry. This girl ain't got nothing up her sleeves this time.
By the way, guys, there's a new feature now with YouTube. And when the stream's finished,
Today's a little different.
if you watch the archive of the stream, you can actually see the chat from the stream.
One of our regulars told me they found something real special lying around. A bear and a car wax.
It's Google, Elias. What can you say?
So I'm on my way to pick it up.
They don't need to fix anything. They'll still make millions.
You sure?
It is our car.
I tell you what, you got a point there. Well, if y'all insist, who am I to argue? Might take a little while to find it, though.
Fine.
So I'm not going to bother doing the quest at the moment for the Regalia upgrade. But it's good to have it in the quest log, so when we're around the area that it is done in, we can get on with it then.
Find the wax and bring it back.
That's the plan.
Unbelievable. Cindy was willing
Okay, so I think we're pretty much sorted. It's at this point, by the way, now, I'm pretty sure that soldiers can start dropping from the sky, the Niflheim soldiers. Now, I could be wrong on that, but I think it is around this point in the game, in the story, since we're in Chapter 2 now.
See you again.
Yeah, we're stocked up on items now. At first I wasn't sure about it, Daniel. But having completed it on the PS4 and seen a lot of the changes that have come to the game over the last 12 months or so, I do actually enjoy it quite a lot. Yes, it's very different to previous Final Fantasy games. But once you get used to it, it's not too bad. And it does have its flaws, for sure. But one thing I'm not sure about at the moment is why my control scheme seems to have changed to whatever these white and blue buttons are. It was working fine up until I started this play time thing tonight. It should be showing me my PlayStation 4 controller buttons, but it's not. Oh yeah, it's definitely got its issues, Daniel. But one thing I do like about it is that there's just so much to do in it. In terms of optional content, which is something I really enjoy in a Final Fantasy game, is just taking a break from the story and doing a load of side quests and stuff. And this game is not short on them. Okay, some of them are a bit repetitive, especially the hunts. But then I guess Final Fantasy 12 was in that sense. And that was loved by many, wasn't it? Oh, you got the Royal Edition. Yeah, that's good, Nicole. That is the same as what I'm playing here, except this is the PC version. Is that the upgrade? Is it, Nicole, or was it the whole game? Because $20 is very cheap, actually. That's a really good deal. What am I doing now? Just want to check that I'm not going to miss anything. In fact, I think there's another quest we can pick up from Tark. I'm just going to check. In fact, we can go and do that now. If I go to the quest here, we'll select it. And I believe it's somewhere around here. Okay, that makes more sense then, Nicole. That makes more sense. That would have been very, very cheap if it was the full release of the game. Right, I'm just going to go ahead and target because I believe we can... Actually, no, I'm going to leave that. It's too far to run for now. Things will be a lot easier once we've got the Chocobo. Yeah, Final Fantasy 12 was a game that I was a little bit unsure of as well, actually. When I played it back in, must have been 2006 when it came out. But having come back to it with the Zodiac Age last year on the PS4 and more recently on the PC, I've definitely found a new appreciation for it. I've really enjoyed my time with that one. But I'm going to hop into the Regalia. I'm going to go to the Golden Key and speak to Dino. I was just looking about getting that dagger breast stuff, but we'll sort that out another time. Oh. I never understand how this map selection thing works. Hi folks, welcome to those just logging into the chat and joining us. So we've just reached chapter 2 of Final Fantasy 15 here. And we're taking on some of the side quests before continuing on with the story at the Prairie Outpost. And I am just recovering from tonsillitis as well, so you'll have to excuse the mongness that might be coming across the commentary this evening. Oh, right, I see, Daniel. That's good then, thank you. Please don't tell me you have any more snow over there. Actually, no, we haven't. No, the snow has cleared up for now. I'm happy to say. And I'm pleased because I got ill from the snow that we had. So I didn't want any more. We had our fair share for this year. But you've still got quite a bit falling over in New York, have you? Oh, no. Well, I'm sure you guys can handle it a lot better than we can. We're just not equipped to deal with the frozen kind of weather over here. Which is strange because we get it every year.
Welcome to Golden Key.
Right, we'll speak to the one, the only Dino.
There he is, the prince himself.
And he'll want us to get another gem.
Good.
You know.
Hey, sorry about the whole boat thing. I pulled some strings, but ain't nothing anyone could do after that fiasco at the Citadel.
Forget it.
Done and done.
I remember when Final Fantasy 12 came out.
Enough to pay the bills.
Back in, I'm sure it was 2006, but someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yep.
It did get rave reviews, really positive reviews from critics, but it did divide the fans.
Just like last time. Bada bing,
But like I
bada
say,
boom.
coming back to it now, I can really appreciate what a great game it was. I've never really cared much for football, to be honest, Nicole.
Till next time, then.
Footballers in soccer.
You guys must be beat after all that running around. Why don't you get a massage before you go?
Which pleases my wife, to be honest, because she can't stand the sport.
Is less important than his livelihood.
And we fell for it.
Guys got no dignity.
I don't know why, I've just never really been into soccer,
I don't mind helping
into
him,
football.
so long as it doesn't involve any danger.
The only sport I'll generally watch, I will watch it, in fact, when the World Cup's on. But other than that, the only sport I really care to watch, like, religiously, is the snooker. And a lot of people don't understand that, and I understand why they don't. It looks like such a boring game.
Now that's a meal.
You know where to go, don't you? I'll be waiting.
Okay, so he wants an amethyst from us. I'm going to go ahead and just select that for now. We're getting a few quests building up in our log here.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I've been playing Final Fantasy 12 on the PC lately, and it's the first playthrough, I think, where I've really made use of the summons. I've been summoning Exodus a lot for all the various hunts and what have you, and he just makes mincemeat out of pretty much any situation you put him in. The sport I said, Nicole, was snooker. But I'm glad to see that I'm using magics quite a lot in Final Fantasy 15 as well. Mainly because, in my opinion, in a lot of role-playing games, Japanese role-playing games, magic spells tend to be far weaker than standard physical attacks, and you're never really encouraged to use them because of that. Final Fantasy 7 was one of the worst for that, and Final Fantasy 8. So I'm happy to see that you are actually being encouraged to use powerful magic spells in this game. But I'm going to go ahead and equip the experience banks. I don't want to waste, I don't want to tally up this experience as of yet.
It's bedtime.
Huh.
Okay, Nicole. Yeah, if you've never heard of it, you'll find it boring, I assure you. Are you trying to beat Gilgamesh, are you, Daniel? Is that the second battle against him? Because that's a tricky one, that is. That is a tricky one. Especially because of his darn pet. Well, the only Xenoblade Chronicles I really played was Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U. And I did actually have a lot of fun with that. I spent many, many hours in it. One sec. But I didn't completely do all of the optional side quest content because the grinding at the end to maximise your skills and stuff and your weapons was so extreme, even for a Japanese role-playing game, that I just had to take a break from it. Yeah, the summons in this game are somewhat lacking. Now, when you do summon, it looks amazing and all of that. It's really impressive. But that's few and far between. You don't get to summon on a whim, unfortunately. You have to wait until certain conditions are met. There's only a few summons that you can actually use. And some of the summons in this game are only for story points. I don't want to say too much because of giving spoilers away, but yeah, the summons could have been worked better, I think, in Final Fantasy 15 than they ended up being. Is it possible to beat a Amiga weapon without reverse? Oh, that's a good question, Soaring Void. I should think it's possible. I'm not sure how, because his laser attack that he just spams at you is just going to make very quick work of you. But I'm sure it's possible. I just don't know off the top of my head what strategy would be best to do it with. Right then, let's go and have a look at this gem that we're supposed to be getting. But yeah, welcome guys. I can see a few have logged into chat now, which is good to see. We was a little bit quiet to start with tonight. Apparently YouTube hasn't been notifying subscribers of the live streams again, which is really annoying. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I think it just depends what mood Google's in. And this is really annoying me. I've no idea why my controls are coming up as these generic white and blue button prompts on the screen. They weren't doing that until this particular play session. I'm using a DualShock 4 controller and it was detected fine up until this point. Yeah, Zodiac is a real challenge, but the trick with Zodiac is to defeat him before he starts putting up his palings, his immunities, because once he starts those, that's when the battle just takes on a life of its own in terms of difficulty, because he's constantly got all various palings up and he's immune to most forms of damage pretty much like 95% of the time. So before he gets to like the last third of his health, you need to unleash an attack like a quickening chain or something to finish him off. Oh, look at them, they're just sitting there relaxing, not talking to each other, listening to the Final Fantasy 13 soundtrack. Now, Final Fantasy 13, that was one heck of a controversial game, wasn't it? Just going to check how much we've got. I can't. Oh yeah, I can. Ascension points, I've only got 36, that's what I was looking for. So we're just making our way over to Dino's quest here. Oh, that's good then, Daniel. Yeah, there's some really powerful magics, to tell you the truth, that you can use. Scathe is a good one against Zodiac, but again, it's when his magic palings are down. Scathe, Flare, what's the other one? Scourge. Very, very powerful stuff. Well, that's the thing with 13. Some fans absolutely loved it and the story-driven cinematic experience that it provided. Some fans absolutely despised it. I think I fell somewhere in the middle of that. Because I completed the game, but I do wish that it was a little bit different in terms of how it was presented to the player, the gameplay.
Thanks.
Well, here come the Imperials.
Gotta be the place.
All that's left is to find the stone.
Yeah, the story was fine, the graphics were good, and even the side quest content was a lot of fun. It's just a shame that it didn't open up until much later on in the game. And I didn't like the fact that your progression was locked to certain points throughout the game.
This'll be quick.
Right, just wait for all these to come down. Now watch this. I'm going to unleash a blizzard spell.
Ready? Don't get hit.
Well, in theory I am. That didn't work. This is really hard because I cannot understand whatever this screen is telling me. My button commands. So AoE Blizzard works absolutely wonderful on these guys. I actually did like Final Fantasy 13 too. I mean, the time travel storyline was a little bit annoying.
Bring on the next one.
But that said, I enjoyed the whole progression system of that game. And using the monsters in battle. Although some of the chocobos were annoying to capture.
Time to give him the goods.
Okay, there we go. We've got what we came for. So we're going to head straight back now.
Knocked. Overhead.
These guys are going to be utterly relentless, but they do actually give good experience. So it could be worth taking them on. I wasn't a big fan of Lightning Returns. I know some people will disagree with me on that, but I just didn't like the whole timed mechanic of that game. I didn't like the way you were encouraged to just race through the whole game. It kind of felt at odds to me as to what a Japanese role-playing game is generally about, in exploring and taking your time. And I get they were trying to change things up a bit, but it just wasn't my cup of tea at all. Right, is that all of those guys? I think so.
No use hanging around here.
Yeah, 13.2 was one of the better of the series. Although story-wise, the first game was better. Was the best, in my opinion, of those three.
Huh.
I thought there might have been a dude round here with a broken down car, but alas not. There is an item we can loot though. Hey, a coin. So coins are great for experience gaining.
Imperials above us!
Thanks.
Okay, let's just leave the Imperials for now. They're relentless, aren't they? There were skimpy outfits, was the Daniel? I can't remember that, to be honest. That was too long ago now for me. Nope, we're fighting them. Although, to be honest, skimpy outfits and Final Fantasy seem to go hand in hand, don't they? What Final Fantasy story have I enjoyed the most? Good question, actually. I like Final Fantasy VII. I even like Final Fantasy 15. Now, the story's been criticised in Final Fantasy 15 by a lot of people. But I think it's more the presentation of the story rather than the story itself. I actually enjoyed it. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII always has a soft spot in my heart because it's the first Final Fantasy I played. And it did fascinate me back in the 90s when I played it.
Always.
Yeah, the battle system in Final Fantasy X is a lot of fun. I still remember to this day trying to get 20 hits off against Nemesis with the quick hit ability. Right, we're going to go ahead and use map point. Fast travel. Ten-2. Yeah, I played it when it first came out and completed it. Did all the side quest content and I enjoyed it a lot. But I tried it again with the HD remaster. I just couldn't get into it as much. I don't know why. Yeah, Cindy's the prime example, isn't she? Yeah, that's what I mean about the presentation of it, the plot holes and that. Especially towards the last few chapters of the game, you could tell it was put out and finished, unfortunately, wasn't it? It wasn't ready to be released. And I do like the way that Square have at least gone back to the game with free updates and patches and made some changes. I'm looking forward to seeing what they've done with chapters 12 and 14 in the Royal and Windows edition, since I've heard there's quite a few changes there. I think one thing I would like to see is the DLC story content integrated into the main game, which it currently isn't. You have to access it from the main menu. I thought the enemies were funny in 10-2. I can't think what they're called. You had the fat guy and the normal guy. What were their names? They were right klutzes. They made me laugh. I can't remember who they were now, though.
That was a long drive. Let's rest up while we can.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, one thing I did like with Final Fantasy X is just how powerful you could get your party. You could get them doing like 99,999 damage, couldn't you? And with Wakker's, was it Slot's ability or something? He could hit for like maximum damage 12 times in a row.
Hey, you made it back.
And you really felt like you'd worked for some good progression in that game.
Excellent. Come on, you ought to be proud of yourself, Your Highness.
Yeah, LeBlanc was one of them, wasn't she?
How's that?
You see, most folks know better than to go out at night.
Yeah, it's weird with Final Fantasy 15 because
I guess.
the game was in development for so many years.
So hey, how's about you give it a try and see for yourself?
Amos.
I'm a man of my word.
Yeah,
There you go. I look forward
that
to
wouldn't
going
surprise
back
me,
to
actually.
again sometime, gentlemen.
Probably be expensive as well. Okay, we're getting some nice experience built up here. We'll accept the next quest, but we won't be doing it yet, because it's in Dusky, so we don't have access to that place.
Well, at least that makes one of us.
Oh, touche. So look, I need a hand. Thing is, it's too dangerous for your average Joe. That's where you come in. I'll make it worth your while.
Till next time, then. But guys,
Okay, we'll head back to the car, since it's quicker than running across the pier here. That's the guys I was talking about, Nicole. Logos and Ormi. Yeah, thanks for reminding me of that. Yeah, the junction system, I think, was Square trying to change things up after Final Fantasy VII. And it's a very, very powerful system, actually. Once you know what you're doing with it, it's a really powerful system. But it's got some massive flaws with it. It's perhaps overly complicated, especially for new players, and can put them off. Which is never a good thing in a game. You don't want people quitting before they've even really got started. And if you don't use it properly, you'll severely gimp your party. And the other thing is that it actually proactively encourages you not to cast magic spells because you've got them junctioned to your stats, which isn't a good system, really. So it's definitely got its good points, but it's also got a lot of negatives with it as well, the junction system, which is one of the main downsides to Final Fantasy VIII, in my opinion. That and perhaps the level scaling. I never saw the point of that, to be honest with you. Not in a Final Fantasy game. I think there's a hunter around here, so we're going to go and find him. I'll also keep an eye out for any treasures that might be on the way as we go. Up and over. I'm sure there's a hunter around here somewhere. Hiya folks, welcome to those just joining us on stream. We're playing Final Fantasy 15, but chatting about most of the other Final Fantasy games as well in chat. I've never really played The Witcher 3 enough to give it an honest verdict, to tell you the truth. I think I played it for about 15 hours, and story-wise I never progressed that far because there's so much exploring you can do in that game. But from what I played of it, I really enjoyed it. I'm probably going to have to head back to it at some point, when I can find the time to do so. Okay, see you later, Daniel. Thanks for stopping by tonight, mate. It's good having you. Ah, more loot. Hiya, Abhijit. Long time no speak, mate. I'm not too bad, thanks. Just recovering from tonsillitis, which is why I haven't been streaming for a couple of days. But other than that, I'm doing good, thanks. How are you? Oh, I never got to play the DLC, unfortunately. So I can't really comment on that. And I've no idea where this stupid hunter is. You mean you almost became a zombie in real life, Amos? From playing the game too much? I know that feeling. I don't know where the hunter is. He needs a potion. Right, I'm going to leave this guy. We'll come back to him later. Maybe he just doesn't need our help at the moment.
Hey, you want to watch where you're going?
Okay, I'm going to head back to the car. Right, so we should be able to fast travel now back to the place known as Prairie Outpost. And look at that, it's a mission away, which means we're going to have a nice loading screen to have to deal with. Yeah, talking about haircuts, I could do with one myself, actually. Although, to be honest, I just get the clippers on my own hair. I don't bother spending money at the hairdressers anymore, at the barbers. I'm not into that fashion thing any longer. Yeah, that was it, wasn't it, Amos? Yeah, you did. You had to try and get the tips out of the mags or buy the strategy guides. Yeah. In a sense, there was something even, you know, well, I don't want to say more fun, but a different kind of fun about playing games without using the internet. Right, I should still have an experience band equipped, so let's just make it daytime again.
It's bedtime.
Oh, that's no problem, Abhijit. You've got to work. I'm just collecting a little bit of experience here because maybe we can use the Golden Key Hotel to tally it all up. And the tech turbocharger is great until we get Armiger later on. The Mass Effect series is a bunch of games I've never actually got to play. But I've heard some pretty good things about them. So I'd like to get to them again. Well, as in like, again as in with other games, is what I mean, that I want to get to at some point. Ooh, Oracle Ascension coin. Any more looties around here? Hey, brilliant, Abhijit. Yeah, there's a new feature now on YouTube, guys. I know I mentioned this a few minutes ago, but a few have joined us. That if you're watching the archives of the live streams, you can now see the chat as well. The chat from the stream, which you couldn't up until recently, but now you can, which is pretty awesome. Right, so I just want to get my coordination a little bit here. Where's the barn? It must be this thing here, perhaps. Oh no, it's this one. This is the barn. So south of the barn is a red brick building. Okay, that's this one then. So I'm looking for a mystery map. There should be a metal scrap around here. Ah, there's the mystery map. And there's the metal scrap. How many royal weapons do I have right now? 0. I'm about to join Core at the Tomb of the Wise for the Legacy quest. And then I think that unlocks the ability to find the royal tombs around the dungeons and stuff once you've done that quest. So we'll be able to start hunting for them then soon. And let's just see how far that mystery map is from our current location. Okay, we'll go and have a look for that when we continue on with the main the main story quest. And we'll go and speak to Dave. Where is he? I can see the quest. Oh, there he is.
Howdy, boys. If y'all happen to stumble across another tag out there in the field, do me a favor and bring it my way.
Yeah, see you later, Amos. Thanks for stopping by. You take care. Okay, I don't think I need to worry too much about the shops at the moment. We'll go ahead and do Dave's quest first, since it's fairly simple to where we are. Fairly close to where we are. What did I say? Yeah, you can, can't you, Arbushi? And some of them give big increases to your stats as well. I haven't got any of them at the minute. Right, we need to sort out some magics here. Just going to go ahead and see if we can loot the ice magics. And if we craft some fire and craft some lightning magic, then we can start looting it as well. I'm just going to go ahead and discard these fires because they're just naff, rubbish, crap fire magic. I'm going to make some better stuff. And we'll put an item on it. Ooh, Megalixiers make quint cast fire. So 5 casts in a single attack. So does Magic Tech Booster. In fact, that's even better. Wow, but I won't do that for now. Let's go for something a little bit cheaper. Quadcast fiber looks pretty good. Okay, let's do that. Right. And now I guess we can just make some lightning. And probably just give it the same item, to tell you the truth. Which was the beetle or something, wasn't it? Beetle shell. And we'll store that one. There we go. Thought I saw a blue flashy thing, but I didn't. Okay, so we're going to go and grab this dog tag. That'll keep Dave happy until the next location. Has anyone been playing the Comrades expansion, by the way? Because that is a massive DLC. It's just got like a whole ton of missions and what have you can undertake on it. That is definitely, Arbushi, what you've hit on there. One of the main criticisms of this game, believe it or not, is the jump and action key are tied to the same keybind. And every time you want to try and loot something, you end up jumping around the place like 10 times. Because it's so sensitive, you have to be in exactly the right location. And it is really frustrating. And I can't believe they've never actually changed that in like the last 18 months, because I've heard a lot of people moan about it. One thing I do want to know, and it's more of a bug than anything else, is why my controller scheme has changed to a weird kind of generic controller scheme on screen. It's got like blue and white icons instead of the DualShock 4 icons, which it should have.
No room for error.
I got this. You just sit back and watch how it's done.
Perform 2 link
I could
strikes.
show you a thing or two.
Well then, by all means.
I can't do anything.
Thing I need now.
Link strikes, don't we have to block for a link strike? Oh no, apparently we got one.
Hell yeah! Whoa! Look at this guy.
Oh, we did it. I don't even know how we did it, but we did it. The trick with the block, something the game doesn't necessarily tell you, is that when you see it appear on screen, you have to hold it down, not just click it. For the longest time, I would just tap the button, and it wouldn't work. You do actually have to hold it down. So I'm using Ignis's regroup ability because it's a good AoE heal actually. It saves me using potions and stuff. Ah, okay then, Arbushi. It sounds like a bug there more than anything. Right, can I replenish my MP anywhere? Anywhere to walk to? Can't see anything. I think for some of our AP I'm going to be spending next, we'll be on changing some of the techniques around that the bros are using.
Don't die on me.
I really need to replenish the darn MP for Noctis here, but I can't see anywhere to walk to. Oh, it's okay, we're done now.
Would have liked to wrap that up more quickly. Oh.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's the dog tag, is it?
Let us see that it's returned home.
Yeah, nice simple one there. Grab the loot. And I think we're safe to just teleport back now.
And here we are.
Oh, crud, I've just missed an item that we need to get. Right, I'm going to go and speak to Dave first, since he's here. Then I need to pop out again to the water tower that's out in that location. There's another item we can grab for a side quest later on. And it makes sense to get it.
Y'all done good. Whoever owned that tag's probably breathing a sigh of relief right about now.
What's the timed quest at the moment? Dread Behemoth chapter 15 onwards. Yeah, we can't do that one. Right, so there's a water tower just down here, and there's a person we can give a potion to, and it'll just give us a little bit of experience. And I wouldn't normally run this far out for it, but I was supposed to do it while we was out there anyway, getting the dog tag.
This will make a fine paint.
So it could be a bit of a mission, but hopefully not too far. Oh, I haven't got chocobos yet, Bushy. I can't remember how it works on PS4. But that's kind of weird if they're different. Seems a bit pointless, doesn't it? Or is there a reason for it, do you think? Right, there's the water tower. Oh man, that's miles away. Better off getting in the car. Yeah, hiya folks. Welcome to those that have logged into the stream the last few minutes. Just relaxing with some Final Fantasy 15. And we're not taking it too seriously. We're just going on a bit of a hike at the moment. To rescue some poor sap that needs a potion. But the other reason we're out here is there's another mystery map we can grab. And if we can kill two birds with one stone, so to speak, then it makes sense to do so. Ooh. Heard it, heard it. Right, so from the water tower. Okay, crumbled brick building. Yeah, it's in here. Or not. Oh, it's this building here. Okay. So somewhere around here we should have the hunter. There they are.
I can't thank you enough.
Ooh, that couldn't have gone any better.
So if you heard that, I just smashed my microphone. Hopefully it didn't kill your ears. Right, now trying to find these mystery maps can be a real nuisance. There are ways to earn money, actually. I think there's some cheesy ways to do it. I can't think what they are off the top of my head. Which is the biggest Final Fantasy map I've played? As in, like, which Final Fantasy had the biggest game world? I'm not sure, to be honest, Elias. I guess most of them are kind of equal in size, aren't they? So it's difficult to say, really. Yeah, I think it's going to be open world, Abhijit. It's going to be split up into episodes as well, for better or for worse. What chapter are you on now then? Ah, Bushy. I think you told me earlier you was on chapter 3. I don't know if you played any more since. Right, so I just need to just check my bearings here. Before we do anything else, I'll grab the mining points. I'm stuck. Oh, there we go.
Rock and roll.
Okay, right then, so look southeast to find a road. Yes, I found a road. Oh, you're still on chapter 3, okay. But you got chocobos now, which means you took on Deadeye, the behemoth, didn't you? Interestingly, that's a completely optional hunt. In fact, the whole getting chocobos quest is completely optional. You can technically go through the whole of Final Fantasy 15 and never unlock the ability to ride chocobos. Which would be pretty annoying, I've got to say, in this game. But technically, it is possible.
Huh.
Right, follow the shack up the road to find another water tower. And then we'll find the next mystery map around here, apparently. Yeah, there it is.
Yet another part of the map.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, Elias, that's pretty much exactly what it's going to mean. Now, one thing that Square have said, whether this will be true or not, we'll have to wait and see, I'd imagine. But one thing they have said is that each episode will be the size of a full game. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. I'd imagine that each episode is probably going to be the equivalent of a disc in the original Final Fantasy VII. But who knows, maybe not. So there's one more thing I want to do before we head back to the Prairie Outpost. And we need to head back to this water tower so I can get my bearings for this. Ah, yeah. That's it, Arbushy. The story will generally drive you into the next area. But a lot of the side quests don't actually have quests associated with them as in to take you there. So like the dungeons, for example. You'll want to check out doing the dungeons, such as the Bellarive Mines, I think it's called. Which is... where is it? It's around here somewhere. I don't know where it is, actually. Oh, it's around here, I think. So there's a royal weapon in there. And there's a boss to defeat. And I think it's about a level 7 to 10 dungeon. So you can easily out-level it if you miss it. And I don't think the game points you there either. Which is annoying. Right then, so what was I doing back here? Right, turn west. To reach the highway, okay. And then follow it north. Until we find a breach in the western guardrail.
Knocked. Overhead.
I don't think it means there, though. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing it until next year either. It is a bit stupid, isn't it, Craig? I mean, for the sake of completionism, it's a good idea to try and do it, but... like you say, you don't exactly get rewarded too well for this quest. Oh, really? I must just be misremembering it then, Arbushi. AoE attacks work great on these guys. I don't mind if they do movies, Elias. I just don't want them doing movies at the expense of the actual storytelling in the game. And that seemed to be the case, unfortunately, with Final Fantasy 15.
Yep.
A lot of the stuff in Kingsglaive really should have been included in the main game. Right, before we go any further, let me just check how many Ascension points we've got. 85. I want to start learning some better techniques for comrades in battle here. Which one was it that I normally used? I think it might have been Impulse. Okay, we can't learn it yet. We don't have enough AP. Unfortunately, Arbushi, they don't stop either. Even when you completed the game and are in fully, you know, side quest exploration mode, they constantly spawn. It's really annoying.
Huh.
Right, where was I? Okay. So we found the breach, follow the highway north. Yep. And this runs for another mine entrance, I think. And also there's a... In fact, let's go and grab the rest point first. The Deadeye quest is a little bit more interesting than the other hunts. You get like a stealthy section, don't you? And then the battle itself is a little different to most of the other hunt battles. Yeah, thanks for stopping by tonight, Abhijit. Have a good night's kip. Did anyone hear someone playing some music or something then, or was that my imagination? I could have sworn for a moment there was someone playing a flute or something. But I don't want to waste the experience we've just gained here without staying at a hotel, so I'm going to go ahead and equip the experience band so we don't tally up our total.
It's bedtime.
Huh.
But we should still be able to eat a nice meal. And if we've got anything that increases experience... Wow. That is potent. 50% critical hit chance increase. Shame we don't have the ingredients for it, or this one. Oh, we could... Oh, no, we haven't got the ingredients for that either. Oh, I need to kill some dagger quills for their breasts. Most of our recipes are still pretty rubbish. Yeah, it is kind of known for that, isn't it, Arbushi? Although, that said, there's plenty of Final Fantasy games where I literally, like, smash a behemoth in the face and it just dies. But yeah, they could have made the battle a little bit more interesting, a little bit harder than it was. I think there's some more behemoth hunts later on as well. They're obviously higher level than Deadeye, but I wouldn't say they're more challenging either. Well, let's go ahead and get rid of an experience band. Bring the tech turbocharger back. And save, because we haven't saved for a while. Oh, where'd you fight the Bandersnatch, Craig? I know I fought it. I cannot for the life... Not in this playthrough, but on the PS4. But I cannot for the life of me remember where it was. Was it at the end of a dungeon? Trinquisitor, greetings, welcome. How you doing? Oh, you mean the pictures that Prompto takes? No, they don't matter,
This is the
Arbushi.
place Cindy mentioned, right?
They don't matter at all.
Let's start looking.
Right, so we come in here and we can complete the first part of the quest for Cindy.
Let's head in.
Try not to get
And we get goblins spawning here, unfortunately. And somewhere around the middle of this mine should be the item that we need.
Everything I need now.
Eyes peeled, mouth closed.
No use hanging around here.
Indeed.
I don't understand the point of some of these enemies in the game that give just like no experience or very little experience. In particular, goblins. And when they start swarming you at some points in the game, they can be really annoying. But somewhere around here is the item that Cindy needs, the wax or whatever it is. Ah, there it is, I can see it.
This is it? Looks pretty old.
It's not old. Ring a bell?
Not a one. Unsurprising, given it's 3 decades old. This is sorted.
But I'm going to keep running to the south, because I believe we can do something else on the other side of the mine. We're actually getting through quite a bit of optional content here, all in this area. And it's only going to be another hunter, but while we're in the region we may as well get it sorted.
Temper.
Hey, more goblins.
Any plan of attack? Plow right through them? No sucker left.
Wait, what's that, Trinquisitor? You drew Prompto item from Final Fantasy Record Keeper? I've not played it myself, actually. Is that a good thing for you to get? Right, I'm just going to keep my ear out because the hunter, or not the hunter, the person in peril should be around these parts. Hey, have I missed it? Oh, I'm such a moron. I've come out the same way, haven't I? I don't know how that even happened. My throat is sore because of this tonsillitis that I've had, and that's what I'm blaming. Right, we just need to run.
Hey, you want to watch where you're going?
See if we can avoid the goblins because they don't give us anything useful at all. I think we've cleared them all off because they don't want to spawn now. Oh, okay. Well, that's good then, as long as it was a good thing. There we go. Just warp strike the heck out of there. Yeah, somehow after fighting when we collected the wax for Cindy, we ended up going north. I don't know why I did that. I think because I was chatting at the time instead of south. But I wanted to come out of this direction because there's another guy we can speak to. Give them a potion, get some more experience, etc. I've not heard the cry yet. Oh, did I do this one already? I think I've done this one. Okay, so that little tour was completely and utterly pointless. Okay. But I'm going to return to the car, and then we're going to fly over, not literally, to Hammerhead and give Cindy the wax that we've just collected. I'm trying to get all the side quest content we can get done at the moment.
And here we are.
Ah, brilliant. Yeah, it's good to have you here, Trinquisitor. And Final Fantasy 15 is a pretty decent game to stream because there's so much downtime in it when you're travelling and what have you. So you can just kind of relax and chat on stream and stuff. So we're going to speak to Cindy. And I think she might give us the next part of the quest as well. So, do we actually upgrade, I'm trying to remember, the Regalia by completing this first quest? Or was it just the rubbish upgrade that stops it from getting dirty or something? Let's throw some fuel in. Don't want to be running out of that good stuff. The good juice. While we're out and about on the roads. I think fishing's changed a little bit, hasn't it, Arbushy? In the Royal Edition or the Windows Edition.
Why, she's
Have you been out on the boat yet? Oh, no, you can't yet, can you? Not until later on. Yeah, there has been a few changes to shipping in this version of the game. So I think there's like stronger stuff you can fish up and what have you, and probably better rods and everything.
Stand up straight, boy.
I'm a bit concerned. I've got the stuff to upgrade the engine blade, but Sid isn't having it. And I'm pretty sure the upgrade quests for him are available now.
You found it! Well, I'll be. And it's still in pretty good condition, too. Slap some of this wax on your car, and y'all be gliding down the road and saving gas, too.
Nice.
Don't go believing it out of hand, though. That's just what the rumors say, among a bunch of other things. Still, in every...
Oh, okay, Trinquisitor. Now, Final Fantasy IX was one of the classics, there's no doubt about that.
Put up the wall 30 years ago, a lot of goods became the stuff of legend, including this wax.
That's too bad.
Pawpaw left the city and never looked back, so I've only ever come across what he had lying around the garage. But now that we got ourselves a can, why don't we crack her open and put those rumors to the test? Let me know if you want me to give you a hand with the waxing.
I haven't tried changing the colour of my car yet. Although it's got a purple tinge to it or something that I've never had on the PS4 version. Can anybody else see that? I don't know what that's about. I think it's just the way the lighting is. It's pretty weird.
Look who it is.
Y'all taking the day off?
Kinda. But if you need a favor, we'd be happy to help out.
To be honest,
Oh, ain't y'all sweet?
I know it's probably just because I'm a boring gamer, but I've never been concerned about changing the way the car looks or, you know, even wearing different outfits and stuff.
If y'all wouldn't mind fetching me some ore, I'll fix you
When I
up
play a
with
game where I have to
something real
customise an avatar, I usually just click random. I really couldn't care less how it looks. I never have done. Yeah, it's true, isn't it, Arbushy? Sometimes for the better, and sometimes for the worst. So we might already have one of the redstone things that she needs.
Help, Prince. Have y'all considered becoming hunters full-time? Let's see. This here's for paint. That one's going for treatment. Oh, shoot, I gotta phone Holly. Well, looks like another sleepless night.
Seriously?
Got a few folks waiting on repairs, so duty calls. Anywho, as promised, here's your reward. You can slap that decal right on the regalia. Try her out.
Okay. And I think we can pick up the next quest, but it takes place in Dusky. So we can't actually do it as of yet.
Prince, can I borrow you for a sec?
Let me guess. Another favor?
You're gonna ask me that every time, ain't ya? But as it were, I was hoping
Nope,
you'd do
Elias.
something for me.
I don't actually have a Switch,
One of us will do anything for you.
And which of y'all would that
so I haven't been able to play that, unfortunately.
need y'all to fetch me
In fact, the last
some
Zelda game I played was Twilight
I
Princess
asked
back
the
on
hunter to
the
bring some, but
original
wouldn't you know
Wii.
it, fella took a break somewhere and left it behind. Funny thing is, I ordered it with you
I
in
generally
mind.
just change
If y'all
outfits
fetch it for me, I'll throw it on
depending
the
on what
regalia for
stats
you.
I need at the time. Well, technically, he should start being able to upgrade your weapons as soon as you've spoken to Monica, which I have done. But he's not wanting to do it for me at the moment, so... Yeah, the car's definitely got like a purple tinge to it. I'm not sure if that's a bug with the lighting, or if it's supposed to look like that, but I don't remember it doing that on the PS4. Yeah, you're right, it is on the Wii U. The reason I haven't played it on the Wii U is because I had every intention of getting a Switch and wanting to play it on the Switch. I just never have actually got around to doing so because, well, I haven't been able to afford it, quite frankly. Right, so we're going to actually carry on with the story. But before we do that, we've built up a decent amount of experience. So I'm going to head over to the 2 times hotel at Golden Key. And we'll tally that up and gain a couple of levels. And hopefully that will help us out as we head into the story dungeon that's coming up here. Ah, thanks, Arbushy. I will keep an eye out. I will keep speaking to him as we approach Hammerhead from time to time. So the first royal arms we're going to be collecting will be the Sword of the Wise. Ah, you got to speak to him in the garage first. Okay. So maybe if we pop into the garage, it'll kick off a cutscene. And then we can speak to him when he's sitting down in that chair. Hey, some people just playing on the beach. I mean, they're nice little details to see in the game, aren't they? Just makes it feel a little bit more organic. And alive. And real.
Welcome to Golden Key.
Make sure we don't have the experience band equipped, though I'm pretty sure I did take it off. Yep. I'm not spending 5,000 gil to not have my experience tallied up. So it should be 10,000 gil, but I've got this item in my inventory that cuts the prices of hotels by 50%. It must be some DLC thing, but I did not have it on the PS4. And I had the season pass for the PS4, so I don't know how I've got it.
It's bedtime.
It's quite a strange one. Okay, so we should have just under 7,000 experience then. So I guess we'll finish up at level 16. No, 17. I'm saying 17. Oh, I should have stayed with my original guess. Still 3 levels, not too bad. Yeah, I've done that, Nicole. I did that in the stream earlier on today. So the cat's all fed up, as in like fed up with food, not fed up with life. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's weird. It's these items here. I was looking at them earlier on. If we go to check items, they're key items, lodging coupon, and gas coupon. I'm just not sure where they've come from. Are they part of the Raw and Windows edition? Or were they out on console before through some various DLC that I never got as part of the season pass for some reason? Anyway, we're going to go ahead and return to car because it's quicker than running along that long pier. Where'd you get sheep milk from, Craig? Can you purchase that from shops? Or do you have to find it somewhere?
How can I help you today?
Oh, there it is, look. So I purchased 97 sheep milk.
Thank you kindly. We hope to see you again.
I don't actually know if I've got any room to do any crafting at the moment. Oh no, we have. We've got one. Let's make some ice. And 99 sheep milk, you say? So let's try this out. Sheep milk, where you gone? No. I need to click it. There we go. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. 208 potency. Dual cast Blizzardgar. And we get 6 of them. Oh, I like that. Cheers for the tip. Oh, it's gone off. Let's try that again. I look forward to trying that in battle then. Let's go ahead and equip it immediately. Yeah, thanks for that tip there, Craig. Got some nice potent blizzard magic now. Blizzardgar magic. Early on in the game here. Maybe we should stock up on more of that sheep milk. So the next time we purchase or have enough magic, we can craft it immediately. Oh, I haven't got memories of Final Fantasy V yet.
Thank you kindly.
And it's cheap as well, isn't it? It's only 10 gil each.
Please come again.
Huh?
Right, we're going to teleport back. Or fast travel back. Let's get the terminology right here. To Prairie Outpost. Is that the Elemency feature? Is it Arbushi and combining your magics with items to make them more powerful? It did take me a bit of getting used to on PS4. I think I went through like most of the game before even realising I could add items to my magic. The interesting thing is you can add coins to your magic. And that means that when you cast those magic spells, you get just swaths of extra experience in the battle. You can literally farm hundreds of thousands of experience and get to even like level 99 in chapter 3 very quickly. In like just a couple of hours of farming. But you're going to absolutely overpower your characters if you do that. But no, the magic system in this game is actually quite a powerful system. I'm going to save my game here. And then what I'm going to go and do is see if we can find some enemies and test out our new magic spell that we've just created. Although I'm not going to save my game after doing so. I want to save that magic, you see. Just want to give it another test, shall we say. May as well stock up on the ice magic while we're here. Yeah, it's quite powerful, Arbushi. You can do a lot with it. And I haven't even gone to the Ascension Tree yet and upgraded anything there. Maybe I could do that. Where's magic? There it is. What haven't I done yet? Enhance magic of each party member by the number of levels gained. That's pretty interesting. I'm going to learn that. That's a good 16 boost to magic. In fact, we could do it by 3 times. Why not? I am going to be casting a lot of magic, so... Well, let's go ahead and save again now. Hi Daniel, welcome back. Right, I'm not going to be saving my magic usage here. It's more just an experiment. I just want to see if I go on to Gear for Noctis, what his magic attack is. Is that 231? Is that the magic spell? The magic damage thingy? It's quite potent if it is. And we fought those giraffe enemies earlier on, didn't we? Let's see what happens if we throw a Blizzardgar that's mixed with sheep milk at them. Hi folks, welcome to those joining us on stream. We're just messing around here in Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition.
Imperials above us. Thanks.
Hey, the Imperials, that'd be a good test. I don't have friendly fire on. There is a ring that I've got equipped. Ring of Resistance, that's the one. Why isn't Prompto wearing other rings? Ooh. Oh no, that's Vitality. So I'm thinking for good old Noctis here. I'm going to replace his Warrior's Fanfare with something that's a little bit more useful for him. Something like the Garnet Bracelet, which increases his strength by 30. Or the Amethyst Bracelet, which increases strength by 35. Yeah, let's do that. Then we can give one of these other party members, such as Prompto here, the Warrior's Fanfare. Ah, should have gone for lightning.
No slacking.
Right, let's see how we get on with this then, shall we? Whoa! That's sick! That was sickening. Even with Blizzard Magic, we've just slaughtered the mechanical enemy. We did like 9999 damage, which is the maximum amount of damage without break damage limit. Unlike Chapter 2. And that's what I love about magic. You can really power it up.
None the worse for wear.
Yes, it is, Daniel. The last DLC episode, Ignis, is available. Yeah. So Craig in chat was kind enough to share that tip. If you combine your magic spells with 99 sheep milk, which I just purchased for less than 1,000 gil at the shops, you can create 6 very, very powerful magics indeed. And I just learned an Ascension ability as well to go with that, which was this one. No, not that one. This one. Magic level 2, increasing the magic stat of each party member. And now we just absolutely obliterated that group of Imperials with our Blizzardgar magic. Very nice indeed. Yeah, I think I'll be using that a fair bit. Well, I'm not going to save my game, as I say, because that was just a little test. I want to keep that magic spell that I just used there on my save file for when we actually need it in the upcoming dungeon. But I'll tell you what, folks, I'm going to finish off with the stream this evening. Yeah, that's it, Daniel. You've got it. You can combine magic with items when you create the spells. And a little tip that Craig shared in chat was to combine magic with sheep's milk. Interestingly, I'm not sure what's so potent about sheep's milk. I mean, I drink cow's milk at home, and it doesn't have that effect on me. MKS Red, hello, welcome. But I might actually make a video on that, Craig, because that was fun. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And that could help people out. Alright then, guys. Well, I am actually going to be coming off stream here for tonight then. So, I'm going to go and get myself into bed. Hiya, Jennick. Top 5 Final Fantasy games. I don't know if I can put them in an actual order, but my top 5 are probably Final Fantasy 7, 9, 10, 12. Is that 4? And maybe 6. I mean, 15 might be in there somewhere. But I don't know what other game I'd want to kick out of the top 5 to put it in there. So that probably would be my top 5. Yeah, thanks for stopping by today, guys. So I'm going to take tomorrow off, which is Sunday. My day of rest, that is. From YouTube, from work. But not from kids. And then I'll be back Monday. Should be streaming again in the daytime. And then hopefully on the evening as well. And I might make a quick video before I go to bed tonight, just showing that little trick. About some early powerful magics, because you can just purchase that sheep's milk from the shop. So yeah, there's probably more ways to make your magics even more potent later on. But seeing as how we're only in chapter 2, you can probably do that in chapter 1 as well. It's a good little trick to use. Final Fantasy VIII. By the way, just because that's my top 5 doesn't mean I don't like the Final Fantasy games that I didn't put in that list. And the reason I didn't put Final Fantasy VIII in that list is because of the junction system. Now, the junction system had its really good points, and it was a very powerful system. But I didn't like the way that it encouraged you not to cast the magic spells that you'd drawn because you'd weaken your stats. That was a poor system. But the game itself I really did enjoy. But, I mean, we're talking about my top 5 Final Fantasy games. So, there's always going to be tough competition there as to what makes it in and what doesn't. Alright guys, well I'm going to go and finish off now. I'm just going to go ahead and finish the stream here. Oh, an hour and 47 minutes. No wonder I'm so tired. Okay, thanks for stopping by tonight, guys. See you soon.